Alright, so this is how far I am in the basement as far as digging it out goes. We got about 10 tons of dirt out over the weekend. I started on Friday, got a bunch out, but then on Saturday, my uncle and my brother and my fiance were down here, and we got about 10 tons total out. Just eyeballing it, looks like it's about 24 inches deep. What I've done is I figured out the math, and I cut a 2x4 at the height that I need it, so I can basically just take that 2x4 and butt it up to the floor joist, and that'll make sure that I'm deep enough the whole way around without having to measure it with a measuring tape and do the math every time. So I will probably put a clip of what happened before this, of me working by myself. I did not record while everybody was here because there was 4 bodies and there's really no room in this little tiny space to get a camera set up. So I will go ahead and I'll put that clip on, and then after that I'll put today, how far I get today. I'm not planning on putting a big dent in it, but I mean, every little bit helps. If I take out 40 buckets today, that's 40 less buckets I got to do another day. So.
Try to pull it. Wait. All right, go. Go. Yeah. Go, go, go. What?
Up there behind me, leaning up against the bank, is a rotary hammer, and I bought a blade for it that looks like a little shovel. And that thing, if you need to do this, that thing will be a lifesaver. It just makes things so much easier. You're not sewing in a pickaxe in here, you're just sitting there pulling a little trigger and letting it do the work. So I'll do a few minutes of normal speed, and then I'll throw it in time lapse so that you don't get bored watching one person with a shovel. So I'm going to get to it, and hopefully we can get somewhere today. Alright, so what I've been doing is I have about 22 buckets. I go around and I dig for a while, and then once I can't really, like right now, I don't have anywhere for that dirt to go. So once I get to that point, I'll go up and I'll fill all 22 buckets, so that way I got 11 trips out, and come back down, keep going until I'm out of dirt, jump back over, loosen up some dirt, do it all over again. So what I've been doing is filling up the buckets, taking it out and just dumping it in the yard. Once I get it a big pile out in the yard, then I take the skid steer through and I get rid of the dirt that way. So now's the fun part of putting one shovel of dirt into a bucket at a time. This is probably a good time for the time lapse. Okay, so that's 44 buckets of dirt today. The fiance just called me and told me that there's some spaghetti ready, so I gotta get down there and eat some dinner. But 44 buckets of dirt, get out of the light, got pretty much from that cinder block over here. So that's not a whole lot. It's a lot of work for an extra 2 feet. There's a random pipe that comes through here that they had blocked off with concrete. There you go. And then over here is a boulder that I just found, so I have to dig around that carefully. Alright, so a couple of things that I'm going to point out before somebody in the comments does. One is these posts here. Yeah, I'm digging a little close to them, and there's a possibility that if they were actually structural, that would be an issue, but they're not. These are single span floor joists. The only reason these two are in here is to keep the bounce out when you walk on it. So they're going to come out anyway. We're going to put an I-beam in here to lift everything up to where it's supposed to be, but it's not going to hurt anything if I do take these out, and I'm going to end up taking these out by the time I'm done. But for now, they're not hurting anything sitting here. And the second thing is undermining the foundation. I ended up leaving a foot the whole way around because I talked to a foundation guy, and he said dig everything out except for 1 foot. And what we're going to end up doing is when the foundation people are ready, we're going to take out the 1 foot away and then do a footer underneath the wall, and then rebuild with cinder block, and then waterproof, and do all the correct stuff. But before somebody in the comments says you can't dig that out, your foundation's going to fall. I know. So that will all be dug out. Footer will be supporting the foundation, so it won't go anywhere. We'll jack everything up, get the I-beams in, and it'll be good as new. Like I said, we're going to do waterproof on the outside because we're already this far into it. It's not going to hurt anything. Gravel, concrete, drains, all inside, so that's why I have this depth, because we have about a half a foot worth of gravel and concrete. So that'll be bringing it up a little bit more. So just standing here, I've got a lot of headroom. Take out about 6 or 7 inches for concrete and gravel. I have some headroom. Bring down an 8-inch I-beam, barely clearing my head. So that's the plan. I'm probably not going to show too much more of digging this out because I feel like it's going to be a very boring video. We'll see how that goes. If there's anything interesting, maybe I'll just video us ripping all the boulders out, because that seems to be the most exciting part about this whole process, is getting giant boulders out of here without a machine. So we'll see how it goes. I'll keep you guys posted if we do something new, like how I end up getting gravel in here and concrete and everything else. So I will keep everyone updated on that, and hopefully see you on the next one.